Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back. So today, with your permission, I'd like to rant a little bit because I'm starting to find these rants about little things that bother me or about myself are a little bit therapeutic, so we're just gonna roll along in that same vein. So, what I want to talk today about is being a perfectionist, because there are a lot of pros and cons to being a perfectionist, and I've been this way as long as I can remember, and I've never seen it as a negative until like the past few years, because being a perfectionist has always made me work that much more, like work harder to be the best, because I'm naturally competitive, but also being a perfectionist makes me want to be perfect all the time in every aspect of my life. So, especially with school, it always benefited me to be a perfectionist because I put in the extra work to get the good grades most of the time. Like, I didn't have to try, like, as I mentioned before, I didn't have to try, but I would always put in the effort when I needed to do the work. And when I was doing that work is the night before something was due or the morning something was due. So that pressure, plus me being a perfectionist, got the job done and did it well, at least in high school. And I've been treating schoolwork much the same way in university. I leave it to the last minute, so the pressure is on me to do it and do it well. And then the perfectionist side of me is like, okay, you're going to make this perfect, and just yell at me and yell at me and yell at me until, like, in my mind, my assignment is perfect. And that's not a bad thing. Like, I wouldn't say it's my favorite part about myself that I leave things to the last minute just so I have that motivation to do them, but it's benefited me in getting things done when I didn't think I was going to be able to. But the big issue with being a perfectionist is you never feel good enough, regardless of how good at something you might be, because, like, I'm not bragging, I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, but I am good at certain things. I'm good at writing essays, I'm good at doing projects last minute, I'm good at I have a niche of things that I'm good at. And being a procrastinator and a perfectionist has benefited me in being that way. Like, I put it to the last minute, pressure makes me do it, and being a perfectionist makes me get the good grade. But the downfall of that is that in every part of my life where I'm not good at something immediately, or just in general, I never feel good enough, ever. And no matter how hard I try to be good at something right away, that's just not how life works, unfortunately. And the fact that I can rationally say that out loud now is a huge thing, because I never used to be able to say that. It would be the end of the world for me to not be able to do something perfectly right away. It's taken a long time to recognize that the voice in the back of my head telling me that I'm not good enough, that because I can't do something right away, that there's something innately wrong with me. And I still have my days where that voice wins and I feel like crap, because who enjoys sitting there feeling like you're worthless and can't do anything? Nobody, because that's stupid. But you gotta take the good with the bad, and you gotta make those things about you work for you. So I've been trying to keep a better mindset about it and use it as a positive, and also at the same time give myself a break, because a lot of the time, constantly feeling not good enough or worrying about the tiniest insignificant detail about a project and worrying about it for hours and hours on end isn't going to change the fact that sometimes life happens and you just I wish I could say that I go with the flow, but I don't. I agonize about those tiny details, but I'm trying to learn and retrain my brain to let things go, because sometimes you just gotta let things go. You don't need to beat yourself up about things like that when there are a lot of other things that are a lot worse. And different to worry about. So this is more of a personal reflection about me talking at me, telling me to calm down a little bit. But I'm sure there's those of you out there that deal with being a perfectionist or a type A personality like myself, and I'm sure you struggle in a similar way with confronting the I can't be perfect all the time. And it sucks because your brain yells at you for not being perfect, but you just gotta yell back and say that nobody's perfect. And sometimes you just gotta take a break and go get that milkshake. That's life. See you guys next time.